'Cause you can't, you won't, and you don't stop obeying Lucifer's first grade ideas. I'm gonna have to teach you like I was a first grade spiritual kindergarten teacher. I had to do it because the masters of fake world reality matrix, the Decepticons, Lucifer, Inky, Bill Gates, and their minions at Lockheed Martin are masters of controlling the weather. Operation Space Fence has been operational since 2022. We control the weather. And that's why the light looks like that Beastie Boys video, so I had to do it. Today's video is called Escaping Reductionism's Shallow Cage. There must be some kind of way out of here, said the Joker to the thief. There's too much confusion. I can't get no relief. Businessman, they drink my wine. Come and steal my earth. I don't think any of those swine know what it's really worth. Gotta get away. Gotta get away from me. Gotta get away from here. All along the watchtower. I see the people obeying what they say and think I have no value at all. But they don't realize spiritually they're Lucifer's small lies. And y'all got to eventually learn to escape reductionism's shallow cage. Quit fake beliefs and graduate from meaninglessness. You better do your best. Since capitalism has, through bloody conquest and the compulsory forcing of official debt notes, that is, if you don't know how to forage or do organic farming, you're forced to deal with legal tender while it still barely exists. And now the CBDC being threatened to force upon us all next year, we all know the point of life is to put food on the table and be controlled by your box. We all know a person's inherent value and goodness is in how much money she has. It's a 3D paper make-believe fiat system. Money is power, and don't you forget it. Money is value, and if you've ever had enough, and if you've ever not had enough money, or been locked up in prison, especially for years, this anti-life value is consistently drilled into your subconscious. If you had the money, you would never get in trouble. If you have the money, you would have everything you want. This happened because you didn't have the money. You didn't have any value. You were a useless eater now that you don't have money. If you are a straight man who does not earn within capitalism and 3D slave reality, you actually have no testicles. Okay? Money is an exchange agreement system, a somewhat semi-brilliant idea by these ancient the demiurge junior gods. It is not morality. Relativism is an inverted, morality. It's an inverted, Syrian idea. So, does California homeless response and real estate build this viewpoint? How about let me know in the comments. Tell me what you think. This is a mind control program, okay? This idea. Reductionism. Financial reductionism. Financial reductionism itself is the devil's ethics reduced down to the lowest kindergarten or preschool level of awareness of it. Like, your only value is how much money you have. But they force this on everyone who's willing to accept it, okay? Which is unfortunately a lot of people, at least around this part of the region of the planet. Greed. Freedom is for the wealthy, right, folks? Freedom is for the wealthy, right? Greed is the highest virtue on earth. Greed is the highest virtue on earth. And don't you forget it, unless you want to lose a lot of money and power. And those who have the most money and stuff and are organized, like, say, Bill Gates, are the unelected officials we must obey, at least in an emergency, right? So reductionism supports the dual reality of the elites who can do whatever they want, but you are not allowed to do anything but be a financial slave if you don't have a lot of money. This is reductionism. This is financial reductionism in a nutshell, basically. It's such a low grade of thinking, but yet people are forced into it unless they confront it subconsciously. Is Human 2.0 the wet dream of the sicko transhumanist reductionists come true? Yes, it is. The crimes against humanity are, exactly what they wanted. So everyone who agrees, wow, they're just thrilled about this. Is survival mode, beast mode, the same thing? Yes, it is in many cases, because the person, individual, if they don't have awareness and they're stuck in survival with no spirituality. It's happened to me when I was younger, when I wasn't thinking. The NPEs and the reptilian broadcast station is going to make you a disgusting, stupid beast. That's why they call it beast mode. Moral, or more so, scientific reductionism is the belief held by all staunch capitalists and the SDC, or scientism death cult, that a person's value is only the amount of money and assets or utility they have. This is the sick, inverted basis of capitalism, often in the usury system, if it's not being done in a healthy way as much as possible. Without a lot of money, there is no the person has no significance. Rubbish. Why would they have to use a laser weapon to make this tree, try to make this tree hit my tent, and it fell into another tree that saved my life while I was making a video in the middle of the atmospheric river? I heard the vehicles. Because moral reductionism and this belief that money rules is going down the drain, and the rulership of the real original creator is coming back. That's what the second coming really is. It's not about the singularity. So that's the fake version, the Luciferic version. Okay, so how can I make almost 400 videos and serve far less humans than I'd envisioned? After doing so, getting shadow banned, for example, and particularly YouTube and the new CEO of YouTube openly not supporting me, because I have no credentials, no books out. I was shadow banned. I was never a good capitalist, man. I was not doing this for money or fame, but to be myself and as a spiritual teacher. And I had the gumption to make videos from a campsite in the forest. I'll admit to you folks, I went to the opposite extreme regarding money recently. I haven't been earning. I haven't been focused on this, especially when they threatened to end the whole thing here. And but I'm loving this ancient invention that Tesla and I guess the CIA, NSA, the good and evil aliens, I don't know, whoever invented this, the internet and the Wi-Fi, I give thanks to all of them. I'm enjoying this. But my reason for being here is as a spiritual teacher. My number one reason is to serve others. And this whole experience has really taught me also that someone told me, actually Barbara Marciniak said this in one of her questions to the audience, and I learned it the hard way even after reading that book, or seeing it on a video. That she said you'll find what you want in India, and that's that ascetics can help in India, not in USA so much. Because financial reductionism and moral relativity and all these bullshit Luciferic ideas are so powerful here that in this Babylon Rome number 2 that people will ignore you if you're not have a really powerful sex life, at least, if not a fat castle or whatever they think is the marker. And I'm not concerned with it, but if that's who's in charge of this content, and that makes it a little bit challenging. Awareness expansion and healing. California rent and property taxes California rent and property taxes are a grand example of how Lucifer's fiery rings, of the rules they make you jump through, never end. There's a man that made a lot of $20 bills playing classical music on a violin and works at the Go Grocery Outlet, and he told me one day when I was chatting with him that his rent goes up $100 every year here in Santa Cruz, California, and that's just normal, okay? So I'm here to bring awareness, expansion, healing. I wasn't stacking cash, so I could only teach the few true blue souls who are not classist at all, who see value in odd places. Reductionism is an Abaddon, Luciferic, black hole belief that greed, myopic narcissism, competition are the only criterions. It's a very sick and satanic idea that money is the only criterion for reality. Reductionism is a reality. Reductionism as a reality is really the piss-poor inverted belief of the alien invaders, slavers, anti-life systems. Okay? They designed it, our masters, God, okay, if you will, so they can take it back to whatever planet they're from at best case scenario. If you are so talented that you can start a company that liberates, serves, or heals others and be a financially sovereign person who can pay all of their bills on time, harmlessly, serving humanity's awakening, great. In other words, if you can work within this capitalist system and pay all your bills on time and take care of yourself and serve others or do something beautiful that doesn't hurt anyone, then great. More power to you. Okay? But if you live in Santa Cruz, California, for example, and live out your brilliant organic company dream, please be very diligent about the devil and the details, because they're going to try to get all up in your details. Or, like most of them, you could become a slave to your ego or dream, stressed out. Because for every dollar earned, you know that about roughly $2 you're going to owe. This is how California seems to be a place people go to live out their dreams, but get ensnared. Not just psychologically by the invader's hologramic control, which is insanely, amazingly prevalent. If you check Indigo Angel's video on that, her psychic work is probably accurate. Not just psychologically, but the invader's hologramic control, but by the limitless, constant raising of the gouging rents and property taxes to no end. People can and will exist in stressed tizzies, even landlords going to run after the taxes, trying to live their dreams in a sick capitalist environment of financial reductionism. Okay? I've got more on this. So if you enjoyed this, Click on the notification bell for more and subscribe. And create a beautiful day, family.